things were good, they were really good.
If you read and believe the media, he's become one of your best friends. He's working for free for you.
Well, I love the president. I just want to be clear about that. I think President Trump is a good man. The president has been so unfairly attacked in the media. It's truly outrageous. And I've at this point spent a lot of time with the president, and not once have I seen him do something that was mean or cruel or wrong.
Well, it was their mutual desire to help America, to save America from the decline and ruin of Kamala Harris and the Democrats that initially drove their friendship from day one.
We're honored to be joined tonight by one of the people who is going to help us build this incredible future, and he is a truly incredible guy. His name is Elon Musk.
President Trump must win to preserve the Constitution. He must win to preserve democracy in America.
We have a new star. A star is born, Elon. I love Tesla. Elon is doing a great job. He's finding tremendous fraud and corruption and waste.
I look forward to continuing to be a friend and advisor to the president.
But then came reality. Adverse legal rulings by activist judges, Hill resistance to real spending cuts, a razor-thin margin, and hurt feelings by cabinet members who felt blindsided when they were doged without notice. So I'm not sure why Elon Musk waited a little bit to express his displeasure about the big, beautiful bill, and I don't know that he ever sat down with the president about the substantive disagreements with it. But of late, Elon Musk has been smashing the bill in posts like this. I'm sorry, but I just can't stand it anymore. This massive, outrageous, pork-filled congressional spending bill is a disgusting abomination. Shame on those who voted for it. You know you did wrong. You know it. Look, everybody who's watched The Angle knows that I wanted real cuts in military spending and would have cut a lot more to prevent Medicaid fraud. I would have cut more in places that we could have. But beyond that, there actually are not reams and reams of pork that we're used to seeing in these omnibus bills. It's pretty much what Trump campaigned on. And Musk had to know this. You know, no tax on tips, no tax on Social Security, increases in military spending, increases for spending at the border. These are all things Trump campaigned on. But as for the DOGE cuts not being made permanent, yeah, that's also not Trump's fault. But obviously, I get why Musk is mad about that. I would be too. But again, Elon should see that Trump is not the problem here. Like, what Republican could have done more with this tiny majority than Donald Trump? I ask you. Now, I'm convinced that until we have multiple bond auctions that just fail, we're simply not going to have the votes needed to push through large-scale spending cuts. Just not going to happen. There's no Republican will. There's no bipartisan will to do that. And then things are going to be so bad that, yeah, Democrats are going to say, okay, we'll do whatever we have to do. That's when that's finally going to happen. But now, if they kill this bill, as imperfect as it is, and Musk wants that, my question tonight is, then what? Does Elon Musk really think that the result will be more spending cuts? I'll tell you what's going to happen, because unfortunately I've been around Washington for far too long. What's going to happen then is the opposite. Because to avoid a default on our debt, which is going to be avoided, John Thune would have to cut a deal with Schumer. And then what's going to happen? Well, we're all going to have to swallow a bigger, beautiful bill, which will make Democrats really happy and destroy Republicans. So even mega billionaires, even presidents, look, they all get their feelings hurt. They're human beings. But both men, I bet, are going to see that they're better off as friends than enemies. Trump is president. Elon is a genius innovator. They accomplished a lot together in a short period of time. Not everything they wanted. Of course not. They turned over, though, a lot of rocks. They kicked the hornet's nest big time in swampy D.C. They exposed the bureaucracy. DOGE didn't find $1 trillion in cuts, but still had a major impact. So I would celebrate that. There's a lot of good there. Acknowledge your frustrations, but when substantive differences get personal, well, things just veer out of control.
He worked hard, and he did a good job. And I'll be honest, I think he misses the place. I'll tell you, he's not the first. People leave my administration, and they love us. and then at some point they miss it so badly, and some of them embrace it, and some of them actually become hostile. I don't know what it is. It's sort of Trump derangement syndrome, I guess they call it. We've done a great job. Elon knew that. Elon endorsed me very strongly. He actually went up and campaigned for me. I think I would have won. Susie would say I would have won Pennsylvania easily anyway.
Well, of course, that set off Musk, who responded, quote, "Without me, Trump would have lost the elections. Democrats would control the House. Republicans would be 51-49 in the Senate." Well, we don't really know that, but Elon Musk did an enormous amount of good, especially in places like Pennsylvania. But Trump won an election without him back in 2016, and Trump did have major momentum from the Biden debate on down, even before Musk entered the scene. Although, again, the angle was clear from the beginning. Musk's help and his enormous financial contribution was invaluable. And it seemed, to me, really selfless. But Musk went on to tweet such ingratitude. Well, again, I think he's wrong there. Trump expressed his gratitude publicly over and over again.
He's done a fantastic job. He didn't need this. He didn't need it. Today it's about a man named Elon, and he's one of the greatest business leaders and innovators the world has ever produced. I just want to thank Elon for his time as a special government employee.
Now, stop to think how happy the media and the Democrats are today. They always wanted to break this alliance. I said this last week, and today they got their wish. Again, just last week, we told you that their relationship was always an unlikely one. Trump's always been a populist. Sometimes he was a Democrat, sometimes but he's always been a populist. He's a real estate guy who does deals. Musk has pretty much always been a libertarian, a tech and engineering guy, innovator. At Tesla, at SpaceX, he's the top dog. He orders people around, and he has a right to. But in Washington, Trump's the top dog, and he calls the shots. Always, the other two branches of government, though, are checking him. And just like Elon does at his companies, Trump does the best that he can. And until recently, Elon understood those challenges.
But the president is the elected representative of the people, so he's representing the will of the people. And if the bureaucracy is fighting the will of the people and preventing the president from implementing what the people want, then what we live in is a bureaucracy and not a democracy.
He was 100% right then, and he still believes that, and he's right about that. So I get it. Again, Elon is frustrated that common sense things aren't getting done in D.C. But again, he hasn't been in D.C. This has been going on in D.C. for, decades and decades and decades. Things aren't just happening now. More isn't being cut? Yeah, of course not. But train your frustration not on the guy who's fought everyone to get where he is, but on the people who are blocking Donald Trump. And as for the president, he should simply disengage. Musk is his own person. The government contracts that he has stand on their own merit. They shouldn't be called into question. Threatening to pull them, that's not wise. When 5 minutes ago you were, of course, hailing Musk's work and helping rescue the stranded Americans in space. Elon Musk is like the Thomas Edison of our time. He sacrificed for America personally and professionally. And he wanted to make the Trump presidency happen, and it did. And I will say, back to the ingratitude complaint, but Trump showed his gratitude by giving Elon Musk a seat at almost every table, including in the Situation Room, in the Oval Office, at times at all the cabinet agencies. And I think Elon Musk, and I've been around since the Reagan years, he had more influence and more access to Trump personally than any other non-cabinet member in political history, at least modern political history. I can't think of one. Again, that itself was a sign of great respect and great gratitude to Elon Musk. Trump didn't have to do any of that. So Elon Musk was right to bet on Trump in the fall, and wrong to give both of their enemies a gift by turning on him publicly now. It's a healthy thing that there's a robust debate inside the party about substantive matters. I always say this. Look at the Democrats. They're in lockstep in failure. And now, All the Democrats are suffering. But at the same time, let's not forget that Donald Trump won the GOP nomination 3 times in a row. He beat the Bushes. He beat the Clintons. He beat the Obamas. He beat Biden. He beat Harris. He beat the media. So voters prefer him on key issues. No more forever wars, no more unfair trade, no more giving sweetheart deals to China, no more open border. And by the way, no more $4 gasoline. So if Elon now joins hands with the never-Trumpers after all that, look, there's nothing anyone can do about it. It makes me sad. You know, it makes a lot of people sad. But I bet he's smart enough to soon discover what a sour and unappealing lot the never-Trumpers are. And that's the angle.